November 21st, Plan Commission meeting to order. Mr. Martinez, could you call the roll, please?
Mayor Nelson is excused. Commissioner Shago? Here. Commissioner Haley is excused. Alderwoman Day?
Here.
Commissioner Leon?
Here.
Commissioner Specht?
Here. All right, we have quorum. Let's rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, next, moving on to item B, approval of the regular meeting minutes of November 7th, 2024.
Move to pass.
Second.
First and a second, any further discussion?
Plan Commission vote. Plan Commission requires 4 votes, and the chair, when there's only a quorum present, is able to vote.
Okay, so the chair will be voting. All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passes. Moving on, C, public hearing business matters. We have no public hearing this evening, so we'll move on to letter D, the citizen comment period. Citizens may comment upon the business matters set forth on this meeting agenda, so that would be letters E1, 2, and 3. So if there's any citizen here this evening wishing to comment on any of those items, they can come up to the podium now, and you'll have about 3 minutes. Going once, going twice. All right, I will close the citizen comment period, and we'll move on to letter E, business matters. E1, Woodfield Trail preliminary plat. Mr. Martinez.
Good evening. Thank you. This is an application for a preliminary plat for the Woodfield Trail development. This development has been presented several times before the Plan Commission. The most recent application was a few weeks ago to remove one of the conditions of special use amendment that was granted for this development. So this preliminary plat is to change the type of ownership from a condominium to single family lots. The applicant is proposing 13 residential lots and 5 outlets, mainly for the outlets will be for stormwater management and natural resources. So in the report, there is the background and approval history of this development. There's a total of 10 applications that has been approved. I will not go into that, but if you have any question, I'll be happy to answer. With the review, staff review for compliance with the Unified Development Ordinance, the standards for the R8 zoning district where this development is located, the standards for preliminary plat, and the design standards for land divisions. Some of the components of these developments, such as the landscape plan, the site intensity calculations, and the dedication of the road, the Sophia Court, that has already been approved as part of previous applications. And as you can see, the street has been built and dedicated, and there are actually a few homes that have already been built, as you can see in the picture, and as also you can see in the survey submitted by the applicant. Staff reviewed the application and provided the memorandum to the applicant. The applicant has addressed most of the comments, with the exception of the comment from the staff about the lot depth and outlets. So this is one of the lots. So you can see here the building pad here, the existing single family home, and the wetland area. So staff use a best practice that is to recommend developers to have the natural resources, wetland, floodplain, etc., contained within outlets. That is not mandatory by the Unified Development Ordinance, but that is a best practice that staff recommends. This is an example, the Test Creek Estate subdivision. As you can see, there are the lots. Oh, sorry. the lots here for single family, and this is a creek and a floodplain, and the lots do not extend all the way to the creek. So they interrupt here, and this is an outlet that is not buildable, and then as a separate lot is the residential development. Staff is recommending that to be included as a condition of approval, that the applicant revise the plat to contain the natural resources within outlots before the final plat. That is the second step. We're doing the preliminary plat now. If that is approved by Common Council, the applicant will need to submit the final plat. So that condition is in the report, but it's not included in the resolution. Staff suggests that to be included in the resolution. We didn't include it because it's not mandatory by the UDO. The applicant in the response said that they are open to making this change, but the plan that is being presented to you tonight doesn't have that address. This was also routed to other departments. The engineering department provide comments that the applicant must submit a master grading plan, and that is included as a condition of approval. Staff is recommending approval, and I'm happy to answer any questions. And the applicant is here.
Okay. Why don't we have the applicant come up, just in case there are questions? That'll just make it move a little bit easier. You can come sit right at the table, sir.
Oh, okay.
And then if you wouldn't mind giving us your name and business address, please.
My name is Ken Frank. I'm with Path Financial, and business address, I am
Okay,
Brookfield, Wisconsin.
got it. Sounds good. All right, so I will open the floor to questions for the commission, if there are any. Mr. Leon?
Thank you, Alderman. Just confirming that you're open to adding the condition to work with staff on their recommendations. Nothing's changed on that,
Yes,
correct?
that's
Okay, all right, thank you. That's it.
Any other questions? All right, I just had one question to follow up on Mr. Leon's question. Adding that revision that is recommended by staff here, it won't do anything to alter your timeline or knock you back. That's something that can be done relatively quickly without any trouble on your end.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. All right, any other questions or comments? Okay, is there a motion?
Yes. A motion to recommend approval of the resolution conditionally approving a preliminary plat for Whitfield Trace subdivision, South Sophia Court, Compath Financial Limited Partnership applicant.
Could you describe the additional condition?
With the additional condition as suggested by staff in the staff report.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, there's a first and a second. Is there any further discussion? Okay, all of those in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Moving on to business matters E2, Department of Public Works Site Plan Amendment. Request for approval of a site plan amendment to allow for expansion of a previously approved building addition for storage on property located at 7979 West Ryan Road. Tax key number 896-9990001. Mr. Martinez again.
Thank you. This is a building addition for the Department of Public Works that has been previously approved by the Plan Commission. But at the building permit stage, it was found that the building plans were for a larger building, that it was approved by the Plan Commission. So now it's being presented to you again to approve that change. It is approximately 3,000 square feet larger. And then this is the building addition in question. It's located here. And Kevin from the Department of Public Works is here to answer any additional questions. A staff review for compliance with the UDO and even with the larger buildings in compliance with the UDO.
Okay. Any questions from the commissioners? I only have one question, and I'm not sure if this is directed more towards the superintendent or the director of administration, was the additional square footage included in the quote that we got on Tuesdays? This is the same project, correct? I just want to make sure the scope of the work is the
Yeah.
same because we approved the quote. I just want to make sure that we're not going to have to go back and, I know we have a little wiggle room with the budget there, but I don't remember off the top of my head from Tuesday what the,
Yes. So I believe that was part of it, wasn't? No, that was the campus utilities piece of it, I believe, is what was
okay,
actually.
so this is not included with that.
The additional footage
Correct.
was included as part of the original bid that we took to council.
Okay.
It's in the,
So it is in there, a part of that package that we voted on, so we won't have to increase that bid or ask them to include additional work in that.
no, it was
Okay,
part of the original
great.
one back in
Okay,
July or August.
okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. I lose track. It's been here a few times, so I wanted to make sure we had it covered.
It's been here a lot, yeah.
Commissioner Leon?
Just for the record, if we get the superintendent to give his name
Oh, yes, sir.
I'm sorry, Kevin Schluter,
and the superintendent for DPW.
Superintendent for City of Franklin Department of Public Works.
Thank you.
Sorry about that.
Any other comments or questions? All right, is there a motion?
A motion to adopt a resolution approving a site plan amendment for the expansion of a previously approved building addition upon property located at 7979 West Ryan Road, City of Franklin, applicant and property owner.
So moved.
Second.
We have a first and a second. Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
And then moving on to E3, staff announcement for the public open house for the rewrite of the Unified Development Ordinance, scheduled for December 9th from 5 to 7 p.m. in the hearing room at Franklin City Hall.
Thank you. This is to provide an update of the UDO rewrite that has been presented to the Plan Commission before. There is a public open house that is scheduled for December 9 at City Hall from 5 to 10 p.m. So the staff and the consultant will be there with boards, with information for residents and any interested person on the rewrite of the Unified Development Ordinance. Then the public hearing before the Plan Commission that is scheduled for January 23rd. And then after that, the adoption will be tentatively before the Common Council February or March. There in the city's website, there is a specific page that is for the UDO rewrite that has the draft ordinance, the zoning map, the story map that kind of tells the story from the beginning of the project to the proposed draft. And also the noise ordinance that is a kind of a separate process because it's part of the municipal code that is scheduled to be presented before the Plan Commission in February. And if you have any questions,
Okay, so this is informational only this evening. Does anyone have any questions for Mr. Martinez?
Move to adjourn.
We have a motion to adjourn. Do we have a second?
Second.
First and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, we are adjourned at 6:21 p.m. Thank you, everyone.
Pretty good as